Of 4 seasons lost. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice. Then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams.
Yes, we do. Here on the Unpopular Hour, we manifest dreams. We sure do. And we're going to be on a soapbox. I'm going to be on a soapbox to start out today's show because I'm so tired of this nonsense. And I'm sure my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com is on my side when it comes to this nonsense with parents and referees and coaches. It's just stupid. What's going on, bro?
Oh yeah, absolute. Just pathetic.
Stupid.
Honestly,
I really am so tired of it. You know, Hakeem. Well, here, let's just jump into the NFL news, and then we'll just go from there. For those people who don't know that Aqib Talib's brother, Jakob, is wanted. Actually, he was wanted as a suspect in the murder of a following altercation between coaches and the officiating crew. And he happened to be one of the coaches on the opposing team that lost. And these are 9-year-olds, Drew. 9-year-olds. And, you know, we see it all the time here at Santa Fe Family Life Center, bro, that these parents and coaches, it's ridiculous. I said, these are little kids. And, oh, they cheated them. They're 9. They're 10. They're 11. They're not going to the league that early. Why are you tripping?
the ref doesn't have money on him.
No, the ref does not have money on the game, and neither does the opposing coach. But, you know, it's just ugly that you have to have, like we have security, not so much for our league, but certain tournaments and stuff we have come in. For tournaments we have come in when they rent the facility, we have security guards, you know, off-duty policemen. And sometimes people still act like a fool. Like one particular case, Drew, this is what's crazy. The lady has a gun, our security guard. The coach goes, well, I'm going to go out and get my gun in the car. You know, she's like, okay, sir, do you want to rethink what you just said? I'm a police officer. You just threatened to go get your gun. I have my gun. So do you want to rethink what you just said? And she goes, it's not like you can deny it. And there's like 15 of us standing there. And he goes, well, what I was trying to say, she goes, that's what I thought. So go ahead and leave. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just like, you know, it's every week it's something with some idiot parent wanting to fight another parent or fight a referee. Like a few weeks ago when one referee, you know, the coach headbutts the referee, the other referee runs over to protect his guy from one of the parents of that coach's team and knocks him out. Now, of course, nothing's happened, and then, you know, it's just one thing after another. Another referee choked assaulted a facilities manager. But these coaches and parents, but Drew, why do you have a gun in the game?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Why do you have a gun at a 9-year-old's football game? And you're the coach. Can you explain that one to me? Can you give me some sort of insight at all why you would have a gun at a 9-year-old football game?
Unless there's prevalence that there's violence at those games. If there's violence at the games, why are you there?
Yes. I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying, Drew? They're 9. It's a Saturday morning. I mean, people are barely awake by then. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been out the night before. It's senseless. Now, of course, his life is over with, and he's already in trouble. He was already on probation. Now he's done because you're not supposed to be close to having a gun. He got caught with a gun a few weeks before that. some people, Drew, are just done. And and it's like, I was listening to some stuff and getting information on it. The team that loses is going after the referee. The opposing guys the referee's trying to break it up from going after the other ref. Then the coach of the winning team goes to pick up his football. The opposing coach kicks the football. So this fight goes on from there.
Third graders.
And then the guy who was going to pick up the ball is the one that was dead. Got shot. Going to pick up his own football, game is over, you've lost. The youth sports right now, Drew, is just in such a bad place as far as some of these idiot parents, and it's sad. I don't know where the hell we're going in America. I don't really understand it. You know what I mean? I don't understand where we're going. And
everybody's on edge, man. Everybody is on edge. It's crazy.
It's just that I deal with.
At least that's kind of the feeling I get.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's in desperate times and everybody's on edge. Nobody's got a sense of humor anymore. I don't know.
You got to watch what you say.
Yeah.
All day, every day, everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just people's just, that's a good way to put it. People on the edge, but this has been going on for a while. These coaches and parents going after officials and after each other. This has been going on a while.
If they can't get along, they should just get on HuskerDrewPicks.com and stay home, and we'll go 23-6 on the weekend.
You think that'll help?
That's what they do. Yeah, it would. Get you a little change in your pocket, go have dinner with your family. You don't need to be going crazy in a Little League game.
Well, I don't think these people have families, and if they do, it's the mom has the kids and he's just the coach. And I don't mean that a bad way, but a lot of the things that I see, being here and watching these tournaments and kids and parents that, most of them are broken homes.
You get firsthand knowledge of it. I obviously am not privy to it all the time. I'm sure I will be again soon, but I'm sure you see it
I see it every weekend, man. It just blows me away. I'm just going, what is wrong with you people? Like when I was coaching kids for all those years, we'd see it. Like my parents would get mad, and I'd go talk to them or whatever. They'd get mad at me about stuff, and I had a 24-hour rule. I was like, listen, you can be mad, but talk to your child first. Then if you still have a problem with me, call me the next day. But I won't be hearing from you because you won't have a problem from me about it because you've talked to your child, and your child will explain to you what you didn't understand. But we used to see it all the time with parents fighting, coaches fighting, and and I get, like I tell coach, if he says something to my child, I'm like, hey man, don't talk to my kid. That's my player. Don't talk to him. I'll talk to you. You want to talk to somebody, talk to me. But on the other side of that, we see, this past weekend there was a fight up here, 2 girl teams fighting. It just blows me away. Now, to me, with kids, Drew, you and I both played. We've wanted to fight somebody. I get when you're competing. You know what I'm saying? I get with us fighting on the court or on the football field or on the baseball diamond. That's completely different. You're in the stands. What do you have? What do you do? What do you have to do with anything that's going on out here?
Yeah, I'm going to be the one that caught the elbow for the cheap foul.
Right. Yeah. Or got undercut going up. Or you got hit where you shouldn't have got, or got kicked, or got grabbed, or got sandwiched.
I got goaltended.
Yes. Oh, well, you got goaltended. I didn't get goaltended. When I have goaltended shots before, then I know somebody, number 12, Randy Wright at YNB, he ain't never goaltended anything. And I don't care about no records. It was 42, not 12. And our coach got thrown out the game because they called goaltending on the wrong person. So anyway, but you're right about that. It's just sad. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. Let's talk about some more NFL news. Have you seen the top 100, Drew? Because they've got that out. Have you seen the top 100?
I haven't looked at the whole thing, but I saw Kirk Cousins was number 99.
Yeah. Well, Kyler came in at 57. Kyler Murray. Do you feel that's high or low for him?
I don't know. It might be about right. I don't know. Probably a little high. What he's done. There's a lot of other guys out there. We're not just talking about quarterbacks. We're talking about a players. So,
No, but yes, and
there's
you
probably
voted on,
There's probably 56 players out there that are better than him.
and it's voted on by the players too. So that makes a huge difference. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I would say it probably seems about right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean he hasn't finished off in the playoffs yet, so that has a lot to do with it for me, because he has yet to finish off a playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Because he stunk it up last year against Sam. Maybe that's 3 hours he needs to study. Maybe you study before a playoff game. You don't study all week, all year long, but study before your playoff game, because he starts out great every year. But that is right. And they have a lot of offensive linemen, and some of those guys, I was watching some of it, and I'm like, okay, I think they've got it right for the most part. What was your guy? What's our boy's name? Zach Martin. Do you know he's the only offensive lineman to make it all 6 years? Did you know that? In the top 100
Really?
every year. He's the only offensive lineman to make it every year. And he
Where did
moved
he fall?
65th, I believe is where he was. And just, I mean, which is about right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's an offensive lineman. He's still probably one of the top 2 or 3 guards in the NFL.
He might be the best offensive lineman in the league.
Yeah. Well, they've got other guys. Sure. Yeah, he's top 5. They've got other guys in front of him. I mean, do you take your boy Trent Williams, or do you take your boy, because Tyron Smith plays left tackle. He's pretty good.
I'd rather have Zach Martin and Tyron Smith on my team.
Well, because Zach Martin stays healthy.
Tyron Smith's in the twilight of his career.
Yeah, but he'll be a Hall of Famer. Both of them will be.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them will be, without question on that. I have no doubts about both of those guys being in the Hall of Fame. Now, we're just going to guesstimate. Who do you think is going to be the top 5? The usual?
Oh, yeah.
Mahomes,
Brady.
Aaron Donald. Brady was 7th, I think, last year. 7th or 8th last year.
Mahomes, Donald. Let's see here.
That's what I was. See, I was thinking about that last. Aaron Rodgers.
Where's Aaron Rodgers?
He's top 5. He's in top. Aaron Rodgers will be top 5. He has to be, because he's ridiculous.
Yeah, he will be.
He's ridiculous. And then the question is whether they're going to have Herbert or Burrow up there. Josh Allen. These are all your top 10s.
Yeah, Allen will be a top 10.
Yeah, those are your top 10 guys. Yeah. I just think the 2 for sure to me are Aaron Donald. The 3 for me for sure are Josh Allen, Aaron Donald, and Patrick Mahomes. Those 3 for me for sure, are in the top 5. Aaron Donald has to be number 1 again. Well, Mahomes was 1 last year. Donald was 2 or 3 last year, and I think Donald will probably move back.
Probably have Aaron Rodgers in there.
Yeah. Well, the problem with Aaron Rodgers is, where does he go in the playoffs? I still can't believe against Tampa Bay 2 years ago. How do you not run it? You're on the 7-yard line. You can't beat those guys to the corner on 4th. I mean, what are you really? Because I'm looking at the play and I'm like, oh God, he's gone. That's 7 points, and he tried to throw a squeeze pass, and I'm like, what are you doing? So I just don't understand that whole thing with him, man. I think he's almost like Peyton Manning, Drew. Great during the regular season, playoffs come. But at least
Peyton take out his token title, and that may be the only one he gets.
Yeah, but at least Peyton Manning was going against Tom Brady. Well, Aaron Rodgers is going against Tom Brady now. Wait a minute, what am I saying?
Yeah.
In the NFC.
He's getting, he's getting some more competition now. These young quarterbacks are good.
Yeah, they are. They are.
There's some guys out there right now that are going to win some Super Bowl. I think Josh Allen's going to win some Super Bowls. I think Herbert's going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about.
Another one.
Well, today we're going to be talking about the Bills' schedule. We got the Bills and the Dolphins' schedules. That's the 2. We're going to be talking about the AFC East. So we'll be going over the Bills and the Dolphins' schedules today. But preseason, what have you seen so far? Things you like? Trey Lance, what do you think? Baker versus Sam Darnold. How'd you like that matchup? Did you get to see the 49ers at all?
I still think Sam Darnold's going to be the starter.
I do too.
We'll see. I saw a move 49ers. Surprising that kid looked good.
He looked good, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well,
I was listening to the thing today, and they said that the pass that he completed for 36 yards matched the longest pass that Garoppolo had all last year for a touchdown.
are you serious?
36-yard completion, yeah. But it's longer than any pass
Garoppolo
completed last year.
Oh my God! Now that's sad right there because they've got some receivers.
I think they've moved on.
I believe so, but they haven't. He's still there though. Somebody's going to snatch him.
Yeah.
And I heard that it may even be the Browns. Since
That'd be a smart move.
Well, since Deshaun is, but I think we were talking about Friday when we were at the barbershop, dude. I think he needs to go 10. I think he needs to go 10 games, 10 million or 8 million. And I don't think it's so much the money with the NFL as the games.
Right.
Because somebody was like, it needs to start at 12. Man, you went from 6 to 8. They want 12. Let's just, hey, look, you want 12 minimum. Let's go 10 and just compromise and let me give you a few more million and let's move on. But to just take away the man's career because you're mad at the Browns, I mean, come on. So,
right.
And speaking of being mad, have you seen Legacy yet? Lakers? The first 2 episodes were this weekend. Did you see them?
No, I did. What channel is it on?
It's on Hulu.
On Hulu.
Yeah, you might check it out. I'll see. But it's, dude, man, the stuff that Jerry Buss, I mean, the stuff that he did, wow. And speaking of that, because the NBA and the NFL and all the owners were mad at him when he gave Magic the $25-year, $25 million contract, remember, which they ended up, kind of like Mahomes' deal.
Right.
12 years, $500 million. You're not going to get all that. You're going to refund. You're going to redo it and I mean, you know what I'm saying? So the owners are mad at him, kind of like, the Chiefs. I mean, like the Browns, everybody's mad at the Browns for what they did with Deshaun. But unlike them, Jerry Buss was a groundbreaker, and he's not the Browns. But
he
it was
winning titles.
Right. Well, his first year, he won the title and got Magic in a coin flip. And, God, who was the backup guy? Oh, man, I forgot. God, who was it? I forget who it was the backup guy. And I'm like, oh, man, who's picked second? Anyway, he's a non-factor. It's what it is. He's a non-factor, Drew.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I forget who it was. It slipped my mind.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was pretty funny. Then they talk about the deal with Worthy. They had the choice between Terry Cummings, Dominique, and Worthy. And they had to think about it. I'm like, yeah. Well, 2 of the 3 are Hall of Famers, Dominique and James. And Terry Cummings was really, really good back then. He just was.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't on the same par as those other 2 career-wise because he probably didn't get in the same situation as both of those guys. But the fact that he was right there with them, I thought was interesting. And because I forgot about that. And remember that they traded Norm Nixon for Byron Scott and how, Magic them, he and Cooper, they were not happy about that trade at all. They were like, what are you doing? Because it was Norm, Magic, and see, I thought Magic and Norm had issues, but they did not. I thought that's why the Lakers got rid of him, but that wasn't the case at all.
Right.
But anyway, back to the NFL preseason. I'm with you. I think that they start Sam Darnold because he's been in it longer, been in the system longer. But I think Baker's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that if you just you traded for Baker, you pretty much already know what Sam's doing. Go ahead, start Baker. But I agree with Shannon Sharp. Shannon was talking about how after game 2 is when you really, because there's only 3 games. And after game 2, you're going to know who your starter is. You know what I'm saying? You know who you're going to have, who's the person who's going to be there. You know what the situation is. So I thought that was good. Now, what about your Cowboys? Did you like what you saw with them?
No. They're terrible.
Well, you didn't
But
see they didn't play really anybody. I mean, nobody who played. Which starters play? I mean, you didn't.
they didn't play any of them. I think the offensive line got a little bit of work, but that's about it.
What you needed to see what was going on with them, really, don't you?
Defense looked all right, I guess. I don't know. I was in the pool trying to watch it, so it was I was missing every other play.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that doesn't help, bro. You can't come on and do your show about your Cowboys.
Preseason. I didn't think they looked that great though. I watched the instant replay they have on NFL Network. And defense looked all right. They just I don't know.
Well,
I'm not a big preseason NFL guy. We'll see.
I'm not either. To me, it's like NBA basketball. I can't. It's hard to watch. It's like summer league. It's summer league time. Same thing with me. It's hard to really watch it for me. I agree 100% on that. So, all right, brother.
That third game, I'll watch the first half of the third preseason game, and I'll tell you what I think.
Well, hell, nobody's going to even watch that.
I know, but that's when they'll play their starters.
Yeah, that's
they'll
true.
play them for a quarter, and that'll be it.
That's true. All right, well, we're here at Santa Fe Family Life. Well, I'm here. I don't know where Drew's rolling around on the road somewhere, but I'm here at Santa Fe Family Life Center. We're at 6300 North Santa Fe. You can call 405-840-1817. That's 405-840-1817. Fitness memberships beginning at $34.99. And then if you are a member or if you have a team in our Santa Fe Family Life Center League, you get a 10% discount, which is pretty good. So, or is that $10 off? 10%. Hey, Sonia, is it 10% or $10 off on the membership thing? Do y'all know? Emmy? I think it's 10%. I believe it's 10%.
I think it should be $10.
You know, it's not gonna be no $10. We're not dropping it down to $24.99. Of course, you'd be over in a heartbeat.
That's a deal now.
I think it's
$24.99.
I think it's 10% off. Oh no, it's not whatever I say. It's whatever Brian says. Then of course our fall ball league begins September 9th. We just finished our league. Was it 10%? Okay. Begins September 9th. We just finished our tournament last Friday night. It's for boys and girls, 1st through 8th grade, only $350 for a team, which is cheap. And, of course, you can call 840-1845, 840-1817 for more information. Or you can contact Gary directly at 405-476-5072. And, of course, you can go online at www.sfflc, which is Santa Fe Family Life Center. And you can /basketball, and you can sign up there. So either way. Yes, 10%, Drew. It wasn't $10. We know you like $10, Drew, but it's not $10. We're not doing anything.
I'm just trying to help the folks out.
You are not trying to help the folks out. You're trying to break us over in Santa Fe. That's what you're trying to do. But anyway, we want to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any IT needs as far as your computers, your networks, and stuff like that, those are the people that you need to holler at. My boy Russell Williford over at Collaborative Logic. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to work behind the scenes to do anything that you need as far as if you're building a building or you're doing a complex or anything like that, you need all that planning. Those are your people. And then our dude, Jose Fiore. I saw Jose the other day, dude. He had just got off work. He was all dirty and dusty Thursday night, Drew. We were having a cocktail over at Cat's Tavern.
He's working.
Yeah, he's working. He's like, man, I said, man, what's that? I said, Drew and I are wondering where your dump trucks are. You just got to dump. Good, man, I'm almost there, man. I'm trying to get it there. It's like, well, hurry up because we don't like saying dump truck. It don't sound right. Then our guys, Greg and Max Nafee, over at NAFCO. And then last but not least, we got to thank our people at YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that make things happen.
Yes, they do. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynblk.com. That's www.ynblk.com if you want to pre-qualify for loans or any loans. Those are the people to talk to. You can go talk to our boy Joe Horn, or you can talk to Carson Wright, or you can talk to
Ethan Taylor.
Yep.
Carolyn Anthorn.
She's not going. Carolina and Kent are inaccessible unless you big money. Those two aren't really talking to you, and we know Randy ain't talking, right? We already
Right.
know. We already know Randy is not talking to anybody. So speaking of talking to people, who were you talking to this weekend? I mean, what would you go 23-6? What were you?
I mean, just cleaning up. Just cleaning up. I mean, it was a good weekend, man.
Well,
If it wasn't for your Yankees and Dodgers, I'd been clean sweeping.
really? So now you're gonna blame the Yankees and Dodgers. What about when you was losing?
Where's
You
your
were blaming
Dodgers? Where's your Dodgers can't beat the Royals?
We talked about that on Friday.
Kill me.
We talked about them not being able to beat the Royals on Friday. We talked about that. Remember? At the barbershop. Now, see, at least you're like, hey, your boy Chris might be really trying to do something with you now because we know he made money.
Yep.
You know, so
We know he did.
we know he made money 23-6. You know, so. But anyway, you still have not came up and got our. We need to go back and look at what your picks were over the past whatever, so that we can get.
We need to do that. I need to sit down. I get a little. And next day it rains really good. I'll sit down and go back through all the old picks.
I mean, because you think about that, Drew. Since we've been doing this, since April? Was it? It was before the NBA playoffs,
And
right?
there haven't been too many losing nights. Now everybody's going to lose. That's
No. Well, I don't know if you've had any losing. You've had broke
There's
even.
been a couple in there where I got dinged on the chin, but for the most part, I mean, we're probably hitting at about a 60% clip, 65.
Yeah, somewhere around there, which is really, really good when you're talking about making money. You know what I'm saying? So now, speaking of that, our picks for today. Oh, you got my Yanks in there. Whoa,
Yeah,
look at you.
They need to bounce back.
Minus 237. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, they're big favorite today. So we'll see what happens.
What about our Cubbies? You got my Cubbies in there too at minus 139. I can't believe you think they're a favorite. What is that?
Nationals are terrible. Nationals are terrible. That's what it is.
So are the Royals, and look what happened there.
Yeah. Cubs are fighting for a playoff spot. See what happens.
You know what, Drew? I still think it's matchups. You know what I'm saying? You just match up on some teams and some teams you don't. Tigers, you got game 1 today.
Yep.
Plus 185. They're winning right now.
They're winning right now. Third inning.
So you're good with them right now then, huh?
I'm good with them right now, but they only up 1. So we'll see.
Okay.
Then a big series for the Chop Shop tonight.
And then you got your Braves.
Four-game series with the Mets. It'll decide the division in the next 4 days.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. The Braves and the Mets, they don't play each other.
They got a 5-game lead. They got a 5-game lead on the Braves right now, and the Braves start a 4-game homestand against the Mets, right?
Ooh.
So they could close it. If they could get 3 out of 4, they could get it down to 2-game lead.
You think they're going to get there?
I think they can. We'll see what happens. They're going to get healthy at the right time. They're going to get Freed back. They're going to get Albies back. Should here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll see. Get Darno back in the lineup tonight.
Well, that's
we'll
what
see.
The whole thing is you still got to get everybody healthy at the right time. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the number one key. Okay, the Phillies and Reds. Ooh, that's a lot, isn't it, Drew? 9?
Yeah, neither one of those teams are going to pitch tonight. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's a lot of runs, though, Drew, isn't it? I mean, 9.
You got Syndergaard, you got Syndergaard on the mound for the Phillies, and then Mike Minor on the mound for the Reds. And combined ERA between those two is 11 runs. That's why
So it's just about how did Syndergaard get so high, dude? He was a monster.
Yeah, it used to be. He just kind of fell off the face of the earth after he got traded out of Boston.
Yeah, because he was balling, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, man, you're just, you're throwing the ball down the middle of the plate, and so it's just kind of crazy. We've got Casey over here, Drew. You got to be careful. He's got some sort of clippers. I don't know what him and his boy got the wheelchair, and he's rolling. He's got some clippers.
They even sell clipper gear.
Yeah, it's not clippers. They're like little prongs. Let me hold that. Give me that. Let me see it. So I can show him what it is here. I'll show you what it's these are prongs, Drew. You can't see them, but They like to go grab stuff. I want to grab his face is what I want to grab over there. But anyway, that's what we got over there. Okay, now let's talk a little NBA news, my brother. I know that's exciting for you, right? Well, hey, Drew, we actually.
I was checking out
Hold on.
That's pretty funny.
Well, actually, we didn't finish the cuts on NFL news. The roster cuts are 85, go down to 85 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Following Tuesday is 80, and then the 53-man roster is August 30th. So that's when that's going to be interesting to see what happens with a lot of those players at the end. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean it's a tough roster to make, man. They get down to 58. I mean that's
those last three
good players that don't make teams.
And a lot of people, Drew, you know what they do too at that point is that's when they pick up for practice squads and people stealing each other's players like, oh, you don't want him? Okay, we'd love to have him on our practice squad. Or proud. Mm-hmm. Now, in NBA news, Drew, I thought this was crazy. Giannis says he's open to playing for the Bulls.
Wow.
And he said there's no NBA player in the league right now who would not want to play for the Bulls. And I think it's because of the Michael Jordan legacy.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because, once Jerry Krause broke that up, Reinsdorf hasn't even smelled an NBA title.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess that's wrong. When Derrick Rose got hurt, when he had his MVP year, he got hurt. They got beat in the conference finals or maybe the semifinals that year.
Yeah, semifinals.
Yeah, and so that's the only time they've even smelled a deal. But when he said that, I'm thinking, man, Giannis, you're open to playing for the Bulls. Wow.
Open to play for the Bulls, who might be the Bucks' biggest rival.
Right. But
that might be. They probably are their biggest rival.
That's kind of what I was thinking, is that it's probably their biggest rival. But on the other side of that, he's not going anywhere. Do you think?
No. You wouldn't think so, but, I mean, who knows in today's world?
Yeah, with the players today. And the whole thing is that Milwaukee seems to be doing what they need to do to keep him around and keep him healthy. They're adding the right players around him. Because getting Drew Holiday was a huge thing for them. But like Kevin Durant said, if he wore 17 instead of 17 and a half, Giannis would not have a championship. And that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That is a fact because if his foot is not on the line, the Bulls are. I mean, the Nets get them.
The Bucks.
So, but anyway, when I saw that, I'm like, what? You're talking about doing what? Wow. Okay. Now, I think playing for another team, somebody else, yeah, he might be open to that. But playing for the Bulls, I thought that was interesting. That has to be a Michael Jordan thing. Okay, then also the schedules clearly aren't out yet. But here's 5 possible NBA Christmas games, Drew. Now, one of them I'm not interested in watching at all. But Bucks and Celtics, would you watch that?
That'd be your noon start. I'll always watch that one.
Okay, Sixers and Knicks. I have no desire to watch that. Why would you even put that on there? You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't care. That's just getting your New York market in there.
Yep. Suns and Nuggets.
Suns and Nuggets. I'm guessing that's going to be your late game.
Well, but you have Lakers Mavericks.
I'll watch that. That'd be a 8 o'clock game.
Yeah, and then this would be your last in the game. Grizz Warriors.
Grizz Warriors. That'd be a good one. I'll watch that.
That would be the last game. That would be your ending game. Would be that game, don't you think? Without question.
For sure.
I mean, because I don't think they like each other, Drew.
No.
I don't think they like each other. Especially after the way that the series ended last year, because by all rights, they should have beat Golden State. They should have beat the Warriors last year.
They had a chance for sure.
Several, okay? Mm-hmm. Not one. They had several chances to close the door and did not do it. So, but then again, they never should have been there because how many leads did Minnesota blow on them? 3 20-point leads?
Yep.
And lost every game. So you probably it's the NBA. I mean, you know how that is. I mean, if
Sure.
you're a young team trying to load, I mean, you have to know how to close teams out. Closing teams out is not the easiest thing in the world. Everything gets a little tight, and I don't know if Minnesota really helped themselves having the Eiffel Tower
When,
there.
do- when does training camp start for NBA?
The middle of October, or 1st of October, I believe.
Middle of October, 1st of October. Okay.
Yeah, first of middle of October, I do believe is when it starts. But because I'm sitting there looking at these games, thinking, man, that would be that. Which is the man? Drew, I'm looking at it and I'm going, why? I mean, I guess you got to have the Knicks marking them, but they're terrible. Would anybody from the Knicks watch them?
I mean, it's a big market. I mean, Philly's going to be good next year.
Yeah, but do you really, Drew? Do you really? I mean, do you really want to watch them? I mean, that's a game I can promise you I would not watch.
That may be the first game of the day. That may be the noon start.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Put Boston and Milwaukee at the 2:30 game, and then the Lakers and Mavericks play the 5 o'clock game. That'd probably be about right.
Yep. And by the way, the NBA starts October 18th.
Boy, getting earlier and earlier every year.
Yeah, October 18th is when it's starting. Lakers and Warriors. Because
that's a good time of year right there. You get the playoff baseball. NBA's just firing up, and then you're right in the middle of college football of conference play.
Right.
And the NFL.
You get everything at one time.
Gambler's paradise.
Well, because and remember, it's kind of like the middle of football. The turning towards it's going towards the middle of football. So you kind of know what your teams are and what they're not. You know who's going to play and who can't. You know kind of what is happening. There's some serious injuries that have happened on several teams that's kind of had dictated who's going to do what. So that's been interesting to see how that's going to work. Now, let's go ahead and go on to something that I know you all excited about. Your NFL offensive line tiers.
Jeez. I thought we were just going to do teams.
No, we're doing these are offensive line tiers, like the whole team.
Okay.
So I wouldn't do that to you. I started to, but I wouldn't do that to you. Okay. Tier 1 is minor to no weaknesses on the offensive line. Okay. Eagles.
Minor to none.
Yes.
Okay.
Eagles, Browns, Lions, Bucks.
Well, I'd say the Lions are a little high, but I don't know how you only win one game and your offensive line is going to be an elite.
It says they have 3 first-rounders and a third-rounder and a highly paid free agent along their offensive line. Okay. Now, of course, what they're saying is they lost because of the quarterback.
Right. Well, now they got Goff. He's ready.
Yep, and they said they earned a 68.4 overall ranking, which is pretty good for an offensive line. So that's why they're there, and they do have your boy Goff. So we'll see what happens. The Buccaneers, which
why's he got to be my boy? Hey, he's not on my team.
Well, you'd rather have him than the one you have, right?
No.
The only reason why I said that is because had the Cowboys paid him along when the Eagles paid Wentz and the Rams paid Goff, that they would be way ahead of the game compared to where they are now with Dak.
Agreed. Oh yeah, 100.
Agreed. Okay, tier 2, high floor. Packers, your Cowboys.
Yep.
Patriots, the Bengals, the Chiefs, the Colts, the Rams, and the Chargers.
Yep.
And my thing, and I was sitting there looking at the Chargers, and I'm like, okay, how are you ranked with that high? Neither one, you didn't make the playoffs. And let's see who. Okay, of the first group, The Lions were the only team not to make the playoffs, right? The Eagles made
Correct.
it. The Browns made it. No, Browns didn't make the playoffs last year.
Last year they did.
So just the Eagles and Buccaneers are your tier one.
They Mayfield playing hurt.
Yep. That kid, he should have took the time. He should have took that. He should have took the time off. I still think that's dumb. Okay, the Packers made the playoffs. The Cowboys made the playoffs. The Patriots did not. The Bengals did. The Chiefs did. The Colts did. The Rams.
Almost every one of those teams now are trying to protect high-priced quarterbacks.
Yep. Chargers. Yep. Well, the Packers, yes, because of Aaron. The Cowboys, yes, because of Dak. The Patriots, Mac Jones, is he really?
He's their number one pick, but, I mean, he's not high paid yet.
Yep. MJ12 or whatever he's calling himself or something stupid. Bengals, Joe Burrow, yes. They've revamped their line completely. It's crazy how much protection they've got for him now. Chiefs, yes. Colts, do we consider Matty Ice? Matt Ryan? Do we consider him a top quarterback?
Matty Ice. I think what we say third tier when we ranked him.
Yeah, let's go back. Let me find the quarterback tiers, and we're going to put him, find out what, because I don't remember what we did with Matt Ryan was tier 2. You had Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson, Deshaun, Lamar, Dak, Derek, Kyler, and Matt Ryan. They were all tier 2. And tier 1 was Aaron, Mahomes, Brady, Allen, Burrow, and Herbert. And you and I both agreed that, I'm going to put Russell Wilson ahead of Justin Herbert. He hadn't been to the playoffs. How the hell you going to put him ahead of somebody he ain't been to the playoffs yet? I still don't really like that one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't been to the playoffs yet, bro. But you better go this year or your coach is going to get fired. That's kind of what I think with that deal. If they don't make it this year, he's going to be fired because looking at their schedule, it's not going to be easy for them. So, speaking of the AFC East, Drew, Dolphins, Jets, Bills, Patriots. We both agree the Bills are going to finish first, right?
Bills.
Then Dolphins. Jets or Patriots third?
I'll give it to the Patriots. Jets suck, especially if their quarterback's hurt.
Yes, already.
Yeah.
Already, which is sad, bro. Already. I saw that. I was like, man, how do you get hurt already? And the season's just starting. Okay, now we're pulling up.
Well, they got lucky. It's just a torn meniscus, so it's not going to be out the whole year.
Yeah, true. Okay, we're pulling up the schedules. The Bills are going to go first. I have them 13-4, Drew. That's who I have the Bills this year.
That's probably right.
But I want, after I've looked at it again, I may want to drop them to 12-5. Okay, Rams away, win or loss. You want to pull it up?
Yeah, I'm working.
Because you got the Rams. Their first game is away with the Rams. So
we're Buffalo.
Yeah.
All right. At the Rams.
I said that's a L.
I'm going out on a limb and giving them a W in that.
Okay, so I gave
the Rams get the little Super Bowl hangover.
Got their ring. They get their rings their day.
Yeah. Buffalo comes in. Statement game. They're here to play. I'll take the Bills.
Okay. Titans home.
Should be a win. It'll be a tough game, though.
Dolphins at the Dolphins.
That's a win.
Okay. So I have them 2-1. You have 3-0. Ravens. The Ravens away.
I got them losing that one.
Yep. I think they're not going to be ready for Lamar. I think the same thing. Steelers at home.
That's a win.
Chiefs away.
That's a loss.
Of course, they go into the bye. So I have them 4-2. You 5-1. Well, you have 4-2 too, don't you? I've got them losing to the Rams, losing to the I've got them 3-3. 3-3 is what I have them. I've got them losing to the Chiefs, losing to the Ravens, and losing to the Rams. Packers at home.
Well, that's gonna be a good one.
After a bye.
Should be. I mean, I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna give them a OW.
Yep. Jets, W. Vikings at home.
W.
Browns at home.
W.
Lions away.
W.
Patriots away.
W.
You know the Patriots. They haven't punted, and the Bills have not punted against the Patriots in 2 straight games. You know that, right? They did not punt one time, 2 straight games. Jets home.
That's a win.
Bears away.
I feel slip-up game in there somewhere. Maybe that's it. I'll give him an L there.
Well, the Bears didn't look bad against the Chiefs. Justin Fields looked pretty good, Drew. I thought he looked pretty good. Bengals away.
I'm going to give him an L there.
Okay, and then the Patriots home.
And I'll give him a W there.
Okay, so you've got them losing to the Patriots, losing to.
No, I got him beating the Patriots.
Excuse me, Bengals. Losing to the Bengals, losing to a slip-up game with the Bears, losing to the Chiefs, losing to the Ravens. And who were the other ones? The Packers. So you have them 12-5.
Yep, 12-5.
Yep. That's where I have them.
They got a pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, but I agree with you. They've got a couple slip-ups in there, and that's why I had to give them an extra. I guess because I had gave them 4 losses in the very beginning this morning, but I looked over it again. I go, man, I just don't see them. I think they're going to get an L in there. They're going to get another L. That's kind of how I look at it. Okay, the Dolphins is next, which I have the Dolphins. What I have them 10-7. You have the Dolphins at 10-7. Is where I have the Dolphins.
Okay.
10-7.
That seems a little high. Let's look at it.
Okay, Patriots home.
Patriots in Miami. I'll give them a W there.
Okay, the Ravens away. L.
That's a loss.
Bills home.
That's a loss. That's a loss.
Bengals away.
Loss.
Vikings home.
That's a loss.
You think they're going to lose to the Vikings in Miami?
Win against the Jets. That'll be a good game. I'll give them a win there, and then I'm going to give them an L against the Steelers.
Okay, so that's 3-5. Lions away.
Oh, wow, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a loss. Detroit takes the win there.
Okay, wow. Bears away.
Loss.
Browns home.
Well, Deshaun will be back there. You got to figure, don't you? Week 10.
You would think.
That's a loss.
Okay. Texans home.
That's a win.
Niners away.
That's a loss.
Chargers away.
That's a loss.
Bills away.
That's a loss.
Packers home.
That's a loss.
Oh, come on now. Patriots away.
They're not going to beat the Packers. They're not going to beat the Packers.
The Patriots away.
I'll give them a win. I mean, that could be a loss. I'll give them another loss.
Dang, Jets at home.
There's a win.
Oh, my God. So you have them 4-13.
I can see it.
No, Drew. No.
They're
not that bad. They've got too much offensive power.
They're that bad.
They have a good defensive team already because
What games that you think they're going to win that I say they had a loss?
I think they'll win. They'll beat the Patriots at home. I think they'll lose to the Ravens. They'll lose to the
Yep.
Bills. They'll lose to the Bengals. They'll beat the Jets. So they're 2-3. I think they'll beat the Vikings at home. I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan. Okay. Steelers at home, they lose. They beat the Lions. They beat the Bears. The Browns, they lose. They beat the Texans.
You think they're going to go into at Detroit and at Chicago in back-to-back weeks and win both those games?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Because to me, I've watched the Lions. I have no confidence in Jared Goff at all. Okay. Zero confidence in him. The Bears still are they're fighting among themselves as far as their best defensive player and the defensive. I just think they're a wreck. I think the Browns they beat the Browns because it's in there, and I still don't know if Deshaun will be back. That's 10 weeks. Maybe he will. Not be his first game. The Texans, they'll win. I think they'll lose to the Niners and the Chargers and the Bills. I think they'll beat Green Bay at home.
Wow.
I think they'll beat Green Bay at home. And I think they beat the Patriots.
Miami Dolphins jersey on right now?
No, I just think that, man.
I mean, come on.
No, seriously.
Beating Green Bay?
Yeah. At home?
On Christmas Day?
At home? Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I just don't think Green Bay stops them offensively. And I think Aaron Rodgers does what he does, but he's so flippant about, now the NFL knows he's taking a Schedule 1 drug. The only Schedule 1 drug that is not on the NFL's ban list is the one he gets to take.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that works. You don't get to take that. We'll see how his clarity is. That's funny. His clarity. That's just hilarious to me.
I get some clarity that I think you might be a closet Dolphins fan.
I just think they'll go. I think they'll do better because last year they were 9-8 or 10-7 last year with Brian Flores coaching, and they don't have the offensive power that they have now. So, I'm giving them a shot. We'll see. We'll see. I still think they're going to be better than what you think, Drew. But the Bills, we both agree.
I'm going out on a limb saying that they don't go 500, and I think they're going to be below 500.
You think they're going to be that bad?
Yep. Who's their quarterback? Tua?
He was their quarterback last year, and they were 9-7 last year?
Yeah. We'll see.
I just think they get it done, bro.
Okay. You got Tua beating Aaron Rodgers on Christmas Day. We need to write this down somewhere. Write it down. Matt Clark on August 15th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon said that Tua Asiasiopusopo is going to beat Aaron Rodgers on Christmas Day. Come on.
I'm trying to give him some love, man. Leave me alone, man. I'm trying to give him some love. Dude. I'm trying to be helpful here. I'm trying to be helpful. Don't you agree?
I can't even.
No, he doesn't. Come on. Drew, you ain't getting no love over here. I ain't getting no love over here either, man, at the gym. Man. I'm not getting no love, man. I think all of y'all are high. I think y'all are wrong on that. So this is the limb I'm going out on now. So that's what I'm saying. But anyway.
That is a weak and flimsy limb.
But anyway, let's go. We're gonna go back to something you can be smiling about. HuskerDrewPicks.com. My boy Drew is on. The Yankees minus 237. The Cubs minus 139. Tigers game 1 plus 185, and they're winning.
Let's get a live look in here. Live look in to the Tigers. Boy, come on.
Tigers plus 185. Let's go.
Still 1-0.
Still 1-0.
Top of the fifth.
Top of the fifth. Okay, and of course your Braves at minus 157, and then
series. Come on,
then you're taking the Phillies and Reds over 9. Yep. That is your picks, the Drew Hinthorn picks of the day, and of course tomorrow we'll see what his record was today. So I'll be glad we get to football so I can start betting against you because I don't know nothing about. I can't do baseball. I don't know enough about that to go one way or another. But football season, I'm gonna bust you up just like I did in the NBA.
You think so? You think so? All right. Well, hey, I'm on record. I got the Packers minus the Florida.
Oh, here we go. See, why are we bringing all that up, dude? I'm through with you, man. I am through with you.
Well, have a good day.
You
Be
too, man.
safe.
Go to work,
Hold
man.
it down. I'll talk at you tomorrow. Are we going? Where are we at this week? Remind the people where we're going to be at.
You know where I'm at tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
George's. Happy Hog.
All right, you're at
doing
George's
barbecue.
Happy Hog.
Yeah, you need to go. You need to come get.
What day are we going to Ned's?
Ned's is Wednesday.
Okay.
Ned's will be at Ned's. We'll be at Ned's Starlight Lounge Wednesday afternoon. Then Thursday, I'm thinking that we may do Y&B, bro, on Thursday.
Thursday Y&B.
We may do Thursday on Y&B, and of course, you know where we are Friday.
Yep.
So
all right, man.
We'll do that. But anyway, bro, all right, I'll holler at you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, that was my boy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go check my boy out. He is being a beast, getting his stuff done this weekend. So anyway, if you want to make some money, go check him out, I promise. Everybody else say, try to stay cool because this 100-degree weather is killing us. But we get into the 80s this week. The 80s. I'm excited about that. That's sad I'm thinking about 80. I'm excited about 80-degree weather. That's crazy. Anyway, everybody be safe today.